Gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host Saeed. We do thank you for joining us tonight, Friday the 11th of March 2022. It's a beautiful day in Trinidad and Tobago, viewers. It's the end of another week in March. How time flies. So remember, viewers, we are on Facebook, Real Talk with Saieed Ali live on Facebook. We are on YouTube, TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. To my viewers and friends locally and regional, a special good night to you. So as we start up our program tonight, viewers, the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, departed today, Friday the 11th of March 2022, for a private trip to Barbados, where he will spend this weekend in Barbados. Minister of Finance, Colin Imbert, will act as Prime Minister until the PM's return. So we have an acting Prime Minister, which is the Minister of Finance, Colin Imbert. The Prime Minister is on a private trip. I wonder if he's having private discussion with members in society to bring back some news or something to Trinidad and Tobago. Nevertheless, Acting W. Corporal Dane Mary Marshall of the Professional Standard Bureau, PSB, has stated that those who choose to make false allegations against police officers can now face up to 5 years imprisonment. Marshall stated that the sentence increased from 6 months following recent amendment to Section 6 of the Criminal Law Act 1004. She urged members of the public who choose to make false report against police officers for whatever reason to desist, as they can and will be charged for wasting police time. Wow. So you hear that, viewers? Don't waste the police time. You can now be charged. But then again, when you're going to make a report, and the police now tell us they don't have time today, come back tomorrow. And when you come back tomorrow, is our next come back tomorrow. And when you go tomorrow now, is our next come back tomorrow. How are we going to deal with that? How are we going to deal with that? It is all fair and good that they did what they have to did. Increase criminal act. They tell you don't make no false report against officers. So what about officers now? What about officers who go into people's property, breaking down their front door, ransacking their house without a warrant, and when the individual now goes to the station to make a report, nobody hears them. You see, I could tell you something, a story does have two sides, you know. Two sides a story does have. It does have the citizen side and it does have the officer side. So who will be the judge of that now? And I will tell you something, police will pick up for police. I have a lot of police friends. But I just tell them, when they come in, come straight. Don't come like a crook stick, you know. Because you go end up bend. You go end up bend. Call a good night. Hello?
Saeed?
Yes, I'm here. And you go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
Oh, thank you. Saeed, I'm calling from America.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. And I just wanted to find out how the situation with regards to the Prime Minister is going to affect my cruise when I depart Fort Lauderdale.
I understand. Well, we got to deal with that somehow. Thank you, my friend. So, viewer, just a reminder, Real Talk Investment and Financing Company, their South branch will now be open on Saturdays from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Normally, head only central office is open on a Saturdays, but our South office will now be open on Saturdays from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Remember, viewers, Real Talk Group of Companies is offering you 3.5%, the highest interest rate that are being paid on any fixed deposit system in Trinidad and Tobago in any financial institute. So you can contact us, viewers, set up an appointment, get all the information you need. A 12-minute long video believed to have been captured inside the 30-inch diameter pipeline in which 4 divers disappeared and died at Paria Fuel berth number 6 has surfaced. The footage was recorded almost 10 hours after the 4 divers were sucked into a vortex between 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. at number 6 Sea Line on February 25th. Now, it is alleged, viewers, that this is the footage that you are seeing on TV. Now, the date on the video tagged states 11:57 p.m. on Friday the 25th, 2022. The video showed that there were no humans form seen at 87 feet into the pipeline. The camera traveling on the bottom right reached the bottom of the vertical section riser of the pipeline at approximately 65 feet and stirred up residue. It proceeded along the pipeline, which runs on the seabed at 67 feet. It encountered dive It encountered paraphernalia and more was found at 71 feet. An oxygen tank and other material was found at 80 feet, and another oxygen tank and other equipment was seen at 87 feet. The video lend credence to claim that the 4 divers could have been further down inside the pipeline when the vortex sucked them in. Meanwhile, Paria Fuel Trading Company have stated that it cannot comment on the video. So viewers, it is alleged that that is the video from that pipeline, because the date on that video was 11:57 p.m. on Friday the 25th February 2022. So we're going to see what comes out of that, and as soon as I have more information on it, viewers, I will let you know. Minister of Finance Stuart Young have stated that the government will be using international and local experts for the commission of inquiries. A 3-member commission of inquiries which will undertake a public probe into the recent death of the 4 LMCS divers and will be headed by Regional Legal Justice Cecil Dennis Morris, QC of Jamaica, and he will be assisted by TNT subsidy specialist Gregory Wilson. The commission's lead counsel will be Senior Counsel Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj. Young stated that the ministry is also trying to get an international investigator with experience in probing large accident and oil and gas accident as it third member. So viewers, things moving forward. Let's hope that we get the international expertise. He added that the government does not want the proceeding to be held back if they are unable to find an international investigator. Listen to this.
We are seeking to locate an international investigator who has the necessary expertise and experience to be the third member of this panel in investigating incidents such as this large industrial accidents, oil and gas accidents, and anything related to this. We have already had conversations with a couple firms and we continue to pursue those discussions. We've taken the precaution in saying that the quorum of this commission shall be constituted by 2 members because we don't want it to be held back if we're unable to find a willing participant who is an international investigator, but it is being pursued.
Now viewers, Young also stated that if an international firm is found who is willing to provide the support to those 2 commissioners, then that will also be an option.
We said that if it has to proceed with the 2 commissioners, then it will do so, and if we find an international firm that's willing to provide the support to those commissioners, then that's also going to be an option. But we are working assiduously to get an international investigator to agree, and I hope that we will be able to do so.
A short commercial break, but nevertheless, when we come back, we're going to wrap up with with Young and the international expertise.
Do you want to make the best investment but not sure where to turn? Put your mind at ease and worry no more. Real Talk Group of Companies is giving you a whopping 3.5% interest on your investments. Come on down and visit us today. We have 2 convenient locations just for you. Visit us at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Sit back and watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670, or 242-7690. Our team of professionals are waiting for you. Grab this opportunity and invest today. Real Talk Investment, helping real people make real money. This ad was paid for by the Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah. So, the minister stated, we're going to wrap up with this, the minister stated that the hearing will be made public and the commission will have discretion to sit wholly or sometimes in public or in private. Question on why the investigator committee was appointed before the commission, Young noted that there have been many accidents in Trinidad and Tobago, and the first action is to have a statutory body probe rather than a co. So viewers, today we understand that, it's only this a couple minutes ago, we understand that the host of Crime Watch, Ian Allen, is celebrating his birthday. So, from Real Talk Studios, staff, members, friends and family, we would like to wish Mr. Ian Allen a happy birthday and wish him many more happy birthdays to come. So, he could continue fighting crime some more for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of people, they say me and Ian on war, But we're not on war. His portfolio is different from mine. That photo was taken Monday. Monday this week going there where he passed and checked me in my office right here. When I go down on his side, I just pass. It's not like we have words or anything. We living right here in Trinidad. And we're trying to make Trinidad safer for who? The people of Trinidad and Tobago. So we just want to wish him a happy birthday. Caller, good night.
Hi, pleasant good evening to you, Mr. Ali.
To you, my friend. Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
Okay, I was a former worker of Petrotrin temporary. I work on the birds, right? I just want to clear up a little situation. What happened?
Yes.
I know them divers pretty well, right? I have worked on that bird. You see, when we get to the real point, right? Operations has to understand and safety. You do not leave a valve, a suction valve, open.
Correct.
Because when you're doing work on a bird, I have worked there for many years, right? So when I hear all this other investigations and this and that, it stems from heritage. They need to shut down the platform. So when divers are working around that, you cannot leave a plants open. It is so simple, so basic, and all this other investigation with this and that. And I was a former worker of Petrotrin, and I can tell you that. Right?
I understand, yes.
So all this other craziness, that is mad. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. You see, this is what we want. We want individuals who actually worked on that plant, worked in that area, know about the surroundings, know about the operation, know about diving. This is what we want. We want people to call in the program and tell us how these systems run. So when you hear these investigators do their investigation and they come out and they make a statement openly, Trinidad and Tobago must already be able to understand the type of operation and the seriousness of the safety that takes place around these operations. You see, this is why I tell people, you know the source, call in. You know the know-how, call in and tell us. So not because they're doing an operation now and they come on it, we are 6 now. And when we do understand it's really a 9, we don't want that. We want clarity on the whole incident from beginning to ending. This is what we need. So as we move along tonight, viewers, economist Valmiki Arjun has advised the government to be very careful with the timing when removing the fuel subsidy. This in response to a recent statement made by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley that the government now has to find over 700 million to sustain the fuel subsidy with the rise cost of oil. Taxi driver Miller stated that he spends on average $800 in fuel a week. He said for a while now he has had to do a lot more to provide for himself and his family. If the price at the pump goes up, he is worried he will have to make even more adjustment. Arjun added that it is the middle income group, especially the middle and lower income group and small and medium business, who are going to feel the brunt of this increase. So viewers, what we're going to do tonight is that I want to hear from some of you. Since the Prime Minister has made a statement that they have to dig deeper and look wider to come up with almost $767 million to cover the fuel subsidy in Trinidad and Tobago. I want to hear from you of some of the after effects that will happen in Trinidad if the government decides to move this subsidy. Feel free to call in during the course of the program. 238-6716 is the number to call in. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Saeed. How are you doing, brother?
I'm good. Thank you so much.
All right, good. Yeah, what's happening? I want to raise 2 issues here. First of all, I want to raise an issue with regard to the incident that happened at Paria Fuel, where that unfortunate situation where 4 divers has lost their life. May the soul rest in eternal peace. Now, here what happened. On the way forward, right, we must find out what was the root cause of that incident, right? We need to find out that. So, in other words, the investigation must be completed, and all that the information should be gathered and kept in a database to ensure that whenever we have a situation like cleaning the pipeline or whatever, we should not have something like that again. But here the real issue there now. When the Minister of Energy, Stuart Young, said that he's going to appoint a 5-man committee to do the investigation, I feel they went wrong in the first place. And let me tell you why. Not because it's the government, and Paria Fuel is a state enterprise that the government should take it on their own to appoint a committee to do that. I felt that good sense should prevail. This is not about PNM, it's not about UNC, it's not about government and not about opposition. It's about the people. It's about an issue, an incident that happened where lives has been lost. So, UNC, I felt that, Kamala Prasad Bissessar and Keith Rowley should have get together and say, listen, this is of the government's interest. This is about the people's interest.
Correct.
So let Keith Rowley appoint, Prime Minister Keith Rowley appoint 3 people of his choice to the committee, and let the UNC opposition nominate 2 people of their choice in the committee, and they will gather everything and make sure we get this thing done. Now, the government doing something and the UNC doing something, the UNC don't like this one, and people like that, and you know who's suffering? The same people. Now, calling for the Commission of Inquiry, I would say all Commission of Inquiry didn't bear no fruit, and nothing has happened to any Commission of Inquiry.
True.
It's millions of dollars spent on Commission of Inquiry. So while the Commission of Inquiry is going on, and that will take 6 months, 7 months, that may take a whole year, families of the deceased, the demise of those people will be suffering. So instead of taking all our money and having Commission of Inquiry, we can't bring back the people alive again. So what they should have come together and said, listen, let's meet with the family and compensate them adequately for the loss of lives, right? Make them feel comfortable so they can pay their bills and whatever.
Well said.
And to ensure that an investigation starts and completed, and take all the information to prevent another from happening. Now that's one more point. My second point with regards to the high price of oil and the refinery and all these things. Now let me tell you something, right? The refinery, right now the refinery need about $12 billion to bring it back to operation, right? To bring it back into operation. Now that refinery there, they have 22 little plants within the refinery there. We know in Naikwan, have a plant there, we had an explosion there, and here what's going on. We don't know what become of the Naikwan investigation. So you're going back, I hear by the end of this month, they're going to start back. So nobody knows what's happening. We know the root cause failure, and nothing was happening. But my point I wanted to hear now is this. We've been calling for the government upon government, to change the amendment, to make amendments to the supplementary petroleum tax. Supplementary petroleum tax is an additional tax that the government collect revenue when the price of oil go above $50 a barrel.
Correct.
If the oil remains at $49.99, that 1 cent difference, below $50, the corporate entity don't pay supplementary petroleum tax. So what they should have done, they should have said, listen, if the price of oil remains $30 or $40 or $50 as the case may be, the amendment to the Petroleum Act, the supplementary petroleum tax should have been between, let's say, I just run an example, between $30 and $40, they pay 1%. Between $40 and $50, you pay 2%, and so forth. So at least you will be collecting money when the price of oil go below. Now, when it reach, look when it reach about $125, we should have been collecting about 13% now in supplementary petroleum tax. So whether our production is 60,000 barrels or if it was 90,000 barrels, we'll still be collecting revenue for this thing. So I don't know what it is that these people doing to make sure we collect revenue. It is sad. Now, with fuel price, believe you me, the fuel price going up. Believe you me, whether people like it or not, it's going to. Now, I heard, I didn't read the news or anything, right? They said that they expect the refinery to start up quickly. Now, here my thing. I know everybody wants the refinery to start up and that kind of thing, which is a good thing. Now, here what happened? If it is that we got to spend so much money if I take it too long, let me know. You could just let me tell me if I'm taking too much of your time, right?
No, you go ahead, I'm listening here.
Right? Now, to spend that $12 billion to bring back that refinery, into pristine, not so well, kind of pristine condition to start off with. We could have just built a brand new refinery down in Labito. So a small refinery that's about $7 billion or $6 billion, just to run our local crude to meet the local demands with aviation fuel, with gasoline, with kerosene, and just to meet the local demands, right? Because we're only producing about 60,000 barrels. That refinery, the throughput in that refinery is about 200. Let's say, okay, for calculation's sake, let's say 175,000 barrels. We're producing 60,000 barrels. We have to buy oil to run the refinery. Buying oil to run the refinery, that's the price we're going to pay. And I think the Prime Minister says so. But here was the problem there now. Remember, since the closure of the refinery, while the refinery was up and running, we had customers who used to buy our refined product.
Yes.
Right? They used to buy our refined product within the island. We used to sell it, all the islands, and they used to buy from us. Now the refinery has closed down and shut down for about 3 years now. Those same existing customers, they find new supplier. So if we're going to start that refinery and get back our customer, two things we had to come up with a demand. The cost they're going to pay for the refined product, and the reliability of the product that they're going to get. They don't want nobody to shut down the plant and that. So they want to get a reliable source of the refined product and the cost.
Hamne. Apparently the call dropped there. It dropped like a bomb. I love what he said. I love what he said. Very educational. Very, very educational. So Trinidad and Tobago, as we move on, Minister of Health Terence Yalsing have stated that the Trinidad and Tobago has not yet entered the endemic stage of the COVID-19 disease. Listen this.
We have not yet entered the endemic phase. What we are doing is preparing for that. And we have been very clear in stating that. The cabinet note, which I took to cabinet last week, spoke about that. So we are not in the endemic phase, but we are being proactive in preparing for that phase.
Caller, good night.
Good evening, Mr. Saieed.
Good evening, my friend.
Saieed, you see this incident that took place with those divers and things? You see, within the first 3 days of that incident taking place, that investigation should have been completed.
Correct.
And an report supposed to already be submitted.
Well said. I like that.
Because what they're supposed to do is everybody who was in that situation present, because we have witnesses, we have people who survive and things, supposed to be given a detailed account of what took place, who were the people involved, who were the people on duty at the time that the incident take place. It comes just like an accident on the highway.
True, true.
If the police come and remove the vehicle and clean up the road and all kind of thing, what's the purpose now of investigating an accident when they don't have no evidence or wrong?
No proof. Well said.
You understand? So then now it comes down now to he say, she say, them say, and all this kind of thing. So all this commission of inquiry and thing going to take place now will just be a waste of money, and it's just going to be the who trying to protect themselves. Because let me tell you something, nobody, now everybody calling for people as murderers and to be held accountable and things. You feel, let's say you as the host of this show, tell your cameraman, hey, bring in lift up 2 boxes and bring it in inside this room here, and he fall down and break his neck. You feel you want to be liable for murder? So obviously you're going to try your best to protect yourself.
Correct.
Because it was an accident. Likewise, now everything was okay with that scenario until the accident happened.
Yes.
Because it's just like honest people going to make an honest day work to get paid.
Yes.
The company hire them, the company will pay them. Right? But an accident come and happen.
Yes.
So now people crying out for this one throat, that one throat, and all these kind of things. And we have to be realistic in this country as to how we operate and think when things like this happen. Nobody want to be held accountable for murder.
True.
As a CEO of a company, I don't want to be held accountable. What they're supposed to be focusing on is why wasn't there any rescue operation at the standby location for if something like this. So this is where when you see operation like this taking place. Now this might be like washing your car, a simple straightforward operation for these fellas them. But if people don't have the vision to say, so what if something go wrong?
Correct, true, yeah.
What we have in place to,
nothing in place
to recover. And that is now where you have to look for and try to correct scenarios like this. So let's say our next dive team going to do a similar job. Then you make sure that it have standby divers, that have everything in place for in case something like this happen. Now, we lost 4 lives. You cannot bring back these people.
True.
Right? So, the only thing that will give comfort to these families and all kind of thing, you have to have some kind of financial compensation to make them feel comfortable at the end of the day. And spending all these millions now for this waste of time, inquiry and thing, serve no purpose. Have a mitigation committee with all the families and them. Do an investigation with the people who was at the scene and all the operators and things, and come up with a situation and try to see if we could comfort the families and with some kind of financial compensation. Because let me tell you something, nothing is going to come out of this, and I could guarantee you, nobody is going to held liable. If you remember the big Horizon pipeline, deep water pipeline that lost millions of dollars in things.
Nothing
all that came off of that, 13 lives was lost, and all that was came off of people got suspended, and they got this thing, probation from for negligence. You understand?
Yeah.
So don't let us waste with time and all this kind of thing. We have to move on in this country. Otherwise, you could just be spinning top in mud as usual, like all the other inquiries that are taking place in this country. Have a good evening, Mr. Saeed, and enjoy the rest of the night. Take care.
Thank you, my friend, to you and your family also. So, viewers, we're going back to the Alsing. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parashram has stated that the public health regulation has been working to bring cases down. He stated that the ministry will keep monitoring it now that restrictions have been lifted.
Generally speaking, we're seeing very low levels of our endemic diseases based on the public health regulations that were enforced during this time. And we need to keep a very close eye on it now that restrictions have been lifted to a great extent to see if there will be a resurgence of our endemic diseases over the coming weeks and months.
Now, viewers, the CMO added that some upsurge and downsurge was seen in previous years, and it was linked to the opening and closing of schools or change in season.
Next slide again, gastro over 5 years of age, and again following a similar pattern with extremely low levels. We would have seen some upsurges and downsurges if you look at the orange portion in previous years, and that will usually be linked somewhat to sometimes opening and closing of schools or changes in fluctuance of different seasons. You see that you have an increase in gastro, for example, in the rainy season as well, due to flooding events.
So, viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to continue with Real Talk with Saieed Ali.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Do you want to make the best investment but not sure where to turn? Put your mind at ease and worry no more. Real Talk Group of Companies is giving you a whopping 3.5% interest on your investments. Come on down and visit us today. We have 2 convenient locations just for you. Visit us at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Sit back and watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670, or 242-7690. Our team of professionals are waiting for you. Grab this opportunity and invest today. Real Talk Investment, helping real people make real money. This ad was paid for by the Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
So Trinidad and Tobago citizens, you want to make real money on your real fixed deposit? No institution, no financial institution is giving you 3.5%. Not even the bank, not a credit union, nowhere. Nowhere. Real Talk Group of Companies is giving you 3.5% on our fixed deposit system that you open with us. Remember, I have license to lend money. I just lend money. I have business local and regional. So when you hear people calling here, I want to put me on the spot. Well, this and that and the next. I do business local and regional. I have license. I have license to do that. That is why, viewers, that is why I could give you a greater return of 3.5%. That is $3,500 per year on your fixed deposit system that you open at Real Talk Group of Companies. I know how to make money, and I'm showing you how to make money. So if you want to make a greater return, $3,500 on every $100,000 you set up at our company, contact us 238-6716, 339-1670, or 242-7690. And you could also WhatsApp me at 267-7325. That is my WhatsApp number, 267-7325. So as we move on tonight, viewers, the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, have stated that the delivery of justice in Trinidad and Tobago is unacceptably slow. This, as the PM aired his dissatisfaction with the pace of justice delivery. The views followed his reply to a question on the implementation of the death penalty. He added that TNT is further away from the death penalty now than ever was.
We are further away from the death penalty now than we were. Because, let me put it in simple language, it is not a matter for the government. The government has done what the government can do. Our highest court of appeal in Trinidad and Tobago is the Privy Council in England. These English people do not support the existence of the death penalty. And therefore, when the appeal is made to them, as it is done automatically by every person who is convicted of the most heinous crime or whatever, when it goes to our highest court, all it does is cost us millions of dollars, and the Privy Council puts obstacles in our way.
I will support the Prime Minister, you know. Death penalty. Because I will tell you something. Homicide officers will do their investigations for months. And sometimes years the case goes on for. And when we do sentence them to hang, we are mining them in the prison. Human rights is jump up and say, oh, you cannot hang them. But what about the individuals they killed? What about them? Recently, murderers were allowed to get bail. Murderers were allowed to get bail. There's no place for state witness, so a state witness now have to leave Trinidad and fly out. So where's the witness goes? Where does the cases goes from there? Down the ladder. But we could deal with that next night. Citing certain issues affecting its implementation, the PM stated that the delivery of justice in this country is unacceptably slow. He added that after being Prime Minister of this country for 7 years, the judiciary was given hundreds of millions of dollars in resources.
And I have not even touched on the judicial system, which, for one reason or the other, which we're going to set aside a date for that. The delivery of justice in Trinidad and Tobago is unacceptably slow. I have been Prime Minister of this country for 7 years, and I have given the judiciary priority. Hundreds of millions of dollars in resources.
So you see, viewers, I would support the Prime Minister. I would support the Prime Minister. Dr. Keith Rowley stated that he could not see why any acceleration in the delivery of justice in TNT. The PM stated that the delay in justice in TNT is hurting the country, and most formal and must find a way to remove this system.
It certainly does not mean that the cabinet has not done what the cabinet could do. There's something else in the mortar than the pestle. And this delay in justice in Trinidad and Tobago is hurting us in more ways than one, and we have to find a way. We have to find a way to remove that from the system. It's not fair to the persons in Romania to be lying down there for how many years waiting for a day in court. What is the reason? I would hear there's no resources, but what are we doing with the resources we have? You might not have all the resources you need, and I expect to be criticized for making these comments. I'm simply addressing the state of affairs in Trinidad and Tobago. And there's no sacred cow in this country.
I would support the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. We need swift justice. You want to know what's our next bacchanal? Here it is. There's a security company that transports prisoners. There is a security company that transports prisoners. So here it is. Here how money, watch me. They're just wasting money. Listen to this. Every time there's a bus or a van that transports prisoners from that company, you will ever notice a police jeep in front, transport vehicle in the center, and police jeep in the back. Even though this company is transporting prisoners, they still have a police vehicle in front and a police vehicle in the back. So why not, Mr. AG? Why not Mr. Fitzgerald Hines? Why not Mr. Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago, which is the Prime Minister? Why not buy buses, just like that company that use buses? Why not buy buses for TTPS and hire drivers to transport prisoners via a TTPS bus? You will still have police vehicle in front, and you will still have police vehicle in the back, and you would save hundreds of millions of dollars. Not so, Trinidad and Tobago? Come on. We want to save money. We want to fix justice. It have ways and means of doing it. It have ways and means of doing it. Leader of Government Business, Clarence Rambarat, is urging schools with citizens that qualify for devices through the means test to encourage them to apply for one of the 76 remaining devices donated by CAF, Development Bank, and UNESCO. 76 devices remain. Responding to a question from Opposition Senator Wade Mark about the distribution of the 460 laptops donated to the Education Ministry in 2021, Rambarat outlined the distribution process. Rambarat added that the distribution is also based on the availability of students who requires access and have satisfied with the means test.
The distribution is based on the availability of students who require access and who have satisfied the means test. That is called the means test applicant pool. And once there are persons, students who are entitled to receive it based on the criteria. The remaining 76 devices will be distributed.
Now, viewers, he noted that schools play a critical role in the distribution of the device. So, based on the recognition that there are students who could access the device under this program.
As I've indicated in my original response, if schools play a critical role in the distribution of the device, so based on the recognition by the schools that there are students who should access a device under this program, the school is really the common factor, and those students who are in need of it and have satisfied the means test, the schools should be making the contact with the Ministry of Education.
Now, viewers, he noted, Rambarat also added that the distribution takes place across primary and secondary school levels within the district across Trinidad and Tobago. Caller, good night.
Very, very good evening to you, Mr. Saeed.
To you, my friend.
I know a lot of comments was made about the diving and whatnot, but I just want to be quickly on this. The guy who called before Mr. Barako, he always makes some very interesting contribution. And he do his research, and I commend him for that. However, why I would like a true and correct investigation is so that at the end of the investigation, firstly, we would learn from the mistakes we make, who dropped the ball, and if anybody is criminally liable, so be it. But however, we would have learned an important lesson. And I want to remind the investigative body, do not forget, your investigation normally will be a few pages. You have to proceed down into one bulletin. This bulletin must be shared with the International Association of Drilling Contractors and the International Association equivalent for diving underwater divers.
Yes.
So that in the North Sea, if an incident like this happens, we in Trinidad would get that bulletin, and on the rig on a Sunday safety meeting, they would discuss it, and we would learn from that mistakes too. So I hope they don't forget to do that. All the best. Have a great evening.
Thank you, my friend. So, viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but we're going to come back after this break.
Do you want to make the best investment but not sure where to turn? Put your mind at ease and worry no more. Real Talk Group of Companies is giving you a whopping 3.5% interest on your investments. Come on down and visit us today. We have 2 convenient locations just for you. Visit us at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Sipera Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Sit back and watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670, or 242-7690. Our team of professionals are waiting for you. Grab this opportunity and invest today. Real Talk Investment, helping real people make real money. This ad was paid for by the Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Caller, good night.
Yes, Sai, good night.
Go right ahead.
Sai, concerning that property divers by Sai. That ain't making no sense, because to me that gonna end up like DSS and all them COVID patients in the hospital and the FUL report from Stanley John, you remember that?
Yes. Nothing come out of them thing, boy.
Exactly, the mosquito creek, what going on with that? You hear anything about that? So you see, it comes down to the same thing. They're only playing games to people. That probe's supposed to be up and down already. But they're only trying to play games with people's side. But listen, I hear you was asking a question there. What are we going to do with gas prices if it go up? It's one out of 2 things going to happen here in the side. It's either people start parking up their car, or they go out there and start to rob people to get money to put gas in the car. One out of the 2 things going to happen, Because this government is looking for no poor people again in the side. You hear what the Prime Minister say? The night he win election, the rich are to get richer for the poor to survive.
We know of the government.
Right. And great is the PNMSI. You enjoy your night and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, my friend. Same to you. So, viewers, hear this. On February 17, U.S. Custom and Border Protection officers at an express segment hub in Memphis, Tennessee, examined a package described in the paperwork as a high school cookbook. The package contained one hardcover book entitled The Multicultural Cuisine of Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. However, Custom and Border Protection officers found many of the 500 recipe and 32 colored photographs missing, cut out to make room for a rectangular package of cocaine weighing 147.6 grams. That is 147.6 grams. The shipment was sent from Trinidad and Tobago to an address in the Little Caribbean neighborhood in New York City. So that is the cookbook. We're not disputing the cookbook, you know. We are not disputing the cookbook. We are not giving the cookbook a bad name, but it's what the Custom and Border Protection officers found in Memphis, in Tennessee. This seizure took place within the area port of Memphis, which covers port of entry throughout the state of Tennessee and falls under Custom Border Patrol's New Orleans Field Office. So you see, viewers, as long as I get the opportunity to send something, they send it, you know. 6 persons were arrested overnight in the Northeastern Division for firearm and drug-related offense. The 6 men were detained during an operation strike-back exercise in the Sawa and Mova area. The exercise conducted between 10 p.m. on March 9th, 2022 and 2:30 a.m. on March 10th, 2022. Saw several search warrants being executed leading to the arrest. 4 men aged 28 to 46 from the Sawa and Malik district were held for possession of firearm and ammunition, while a 39-year-old man of 10th Street Malik was detained on shooting inquiries. A 36-year-old was also arrested for cultivating marijuana. So viewers, we have about 10 minutes left on our program tonight. But how much? We have about 10, oh, that. What are your thoughts on the removal of the over $700 million subsidy that the government wants to remove from fuel? What are we going to do? We have 10 minutes. I want to hear from you. I want to hear as much call as possible. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
I just want to highlight a problem we have been having, especially with the penal San Fernando taxis.
Okay.
They take in the full amount of passengers, and they still charging the normal price, which is $15. A person who have to travel two-way, that's $30 a day in traveling.
Yes.
And they don't seem to care about the traveling public. It is ridiculous. They take in the same 4 passengers, according to how much it is a 7-seater. They take in 7 passengers. Now that everything reached back up to 100, so they could carry 100% passengers. They carrying the 7 passengers, and they still charging people the same price. Are they supposed to drop?
They're supposed to drop back. Yes.
Yeah. So this is just ridiculous. Something needs to be done about this.
I understand. Thank you, my dear, for highlighting the issue. So what are we going to do if the government remove the subsidy and force us to pay extras for gas? What is the rippling effect of that? The rippling effect of that is almost 50% of your salary. No, you will have additional 50% to add in. Yeah. An additional 50% of your salary to add in to expense. So if you used to spend You have $100 and you're spending $25 in expense. You will have to spend now $50 in expense. Because diesel, I believe, is $3.46. No, $6.40 something. Somewhere around there. $3.46, and if they double it, it will come up to almost $7. Taxi fare is going to go up. Not just by $1 or $2, you know. Not just by $1 or $2, you know. But probably about $5 extra. Not $1 or $2. Call a good night.
Now again, Mr. Said. Like anybody alive who didn't expect something like this to happen, something had to be wrong with them. This is normal.
Yeah.
Now, we was gas refiners.
Yes.
We was producers. We used to refine our fuel, and we could have afford to subsidize and help the population.
Correct.
Now we are gas purchasers, fuel purchasers. So whoever we buying fuel from, which is outside, them don't care anything about if our government subsidizing the fuel in the country.
Well said.
They care that out here what? You see how oil price right now is over $100 a barrel?
128.
These refineries will be paying that money to refine their product. So they will be selling it at a price now that they would make a profit.
Correct.
Now we, who is purchasing from these suppliers now, would have to pay that price. And obviously, any sensible person would have to accept that, here what, the price is going to increase. All the Caribbean islands, they spray the price at the pumps like in the States and things. We were the only one who was paying less because we were subsidizing.
Correct.
And with this current government, that don't have a clue how to govern the country, because remember we have a carpenter as the Minister of Finance, we have a lawyer as the Minister of Energy, we have a geologist as the Prime Minister. So how would you expect any kind of economic growth to be stimulated into our country for the citizens to benefit? And the way how they deal with situation in this country is as soon as they see something, they cannot get a profit from it, shut it down and sell it out. So that is where we are today. So they will sell out everything until it comes like a man who have duck, brain duck. Every time he want to buy a bag of feed, he sell a duck. You know the last duck, he sell it and end up with a bag of feed and he don't have no duck. That's where we are today in this country.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. You see, the reason why we were paying less, we had a refinery. So why other countries paying US price, we get a subsidy because we had the refinery. We could have sold refined product outside of Trinidad and Tobago and recover US. So when the Prime Minister made the statement that because of production, they had to sell it out. Let me tell you something. We do have wheat in Trinidad, but flour mill making our profits. Understand that. Understand that. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, I am Saieed Ali. You have been viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali. We are live on Synergy Network Monday to Friday. There's a rerun the following day from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Viewers, enjoy the weekend. Remember to contact us 238-6716, 339-1670 or 242-6790, or you can WhatsApp me at 267-7325 to find out more information on how you can get 3.5% on your fixed deposit at Real Talk Group of Companies. Until we meet again, be safe.